Hi, this is Megan with littlegraysquirrel.com, and I have a fun DIY for you today. We have a step-by-step tutorial to make your own balloon ears in celebration of Pixar Pier at Disney's California Adventure. I'll put a link to my blog post with instructions and a list of supplies below. Let's get started. Trace 4 4.5-inch circles onto the foam sheet. Cut out the circles. Use the 3 3/4-inch template to draw a circle in the center of the cutout. Thread the needle and tie a knot in the end of the floss. Put 2 circles together with the lines on the outside. Push the needle up through both pieces of foam on the line. Go over about 1/4 inch and push the needle down through the foam circles. Continue this running stitch until there's only about 1.5 inch opening. You can also run a line of hot glue around just the outside of the drawn circle, leaving a 1.5 inch opening, and press the circles together. Grab a handful of the decorative filler, or cotton or polyester refilling if you prefer, and trim it from the rest. Push the filler in through the opening. Work it around so that it fills the ear evenly. It doesn't need to be too thick. Less than 1 inch is fine. Then finish sewing or hot glue the opening closed. I like Max's idea to use craft foam and make little pillows instead of just cardboard because it makes the ears more full, like a bunch of balloons. Measure up 1 inch from the edge in the center of the circle. Hot glue the edges together along the bottom of the ear. Use the wood craft stick when pressing with the hot glue so you don't burn yourself. Then, put a line of hot glue halfway between the edge of the ear and the measured mark. Fold the edge up to the mark and press, using the craft stick for this part too. Hold it in place until the glue cools. Press the folded edge to make a flat area to glue onto the headband. The ears are glued on after the headband is wrapped with ribbon. Let's wrap the headband. Add a bit of glue to the end of the ribbon. Start with the ribbon on the outside of the headband. Add a dot of glue and fold the tip of the ribbon inside. Begin wrapping the ribbon around the headband. Add a little hot glue to the headband and continue wrapping. Pull the ribbon snug as you wrap it around the headband. Continue adding glue as you're wrapping the ribbon. I'm going to fast forward here. If you get the idea and don't want to see the whole headband being wrapped, you can skip forward a few times to 6:10. Lay the headband and ears flat on your work surface. Run a line of hot glue along the flat part you made on the ears. Space the ears about 3 3/4 inches apart and press them onto the headband. Glue along the headband and ear on each side of both ears to reinforce them. This will hold them in place and keep them upright. Press the ear against the headband, holding it straight as it cools. Don't worry about how this looks, it will all be covered up by the pom-poms. Sort the pom-poms into color groups. Divide each color group into 4 equal groups. Trace an ear to make a template to lay out your pom-poms. Place the pom-poms on the template so they're ready to be glued on. Put down a line of glue and press the pom-poms onto the ear. Twist the pom-poms into the glue to get them to hold well. Add extra glue if needed to get the pom-poms to stick. Make another line of glue and add more pom-poms, placing them close together. You want the pom-poms to hang over the edge of the ear just a bit. Continue adding glue and pom-poms to the ear. Alternate the colors so it looks like a bunch of balloons. This is where sorting the pom-poms on a template comes in handy, so your colors are evenly dispersed. Fluff the pom-poms as you add them if needed, so they look nice and round. Now finish the other 3 sides of the ears. Glue pom-poms on the back side of the ear, gluing them so they hang over the edge of the ear just a bit. Place the pom-poms right up to the headband so you can't see the foam ear underneath. Continue adding glue and pom-poms until they're all full. Don't forget to fluff them as needed while you're gluing them on. If you have a small gap, add a bit of glue and press the pom-poms together to close it. Inspect the ears for gaps and clean off any threads of hot glue. If you have a large gap, add a little glue and an additional pom-pom. Clean the glue gun tip as needed so you don't get yucky stuff on your pom-poms. Press the pom-poms together to cover the gap. If necessary, trim uneven pom-poms and hot glue using sharp craft scissors. Time to make the bow! This bow pattern can be used for any ears you like, just change the color. Using felt gives the bow a nice shape. Make a mark 4 inches from the short edge of the white felt. This is just an easy way to cut a straight line. Fold the felt lengthwise and cut on the mark. Keep the 4 by 5.5 inch piece to use for the bow center. Measure 7.5 inches and make a mark. Fold lengthwise and cut at the mark. Keep the long piece. Repeat with the second piece of purple felt. Working with one piece of purple felt, fold the long edge about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way up from the bottom. Dot hot glue about 4 places along the edge. Fold the top edge down to barely overlap and gently press. Open up the tube to make sure it isn't glued together on the inside. Set it aside and repeat with the second piece of purple felt. Place the white felt horizontally. Glue from the center to the edge along the top and bottom and along the edge. Fold it in half so the short edges meet and press the edges together. Glue along the folded edge and halfway across the bottom and top. Fold it so the cut edge side almost meets the other side but doesn't overlap. Back to the purple tubes. Glue along the ends of the tube and press closed. Now, glue along the sealed tube and fold it in half with the seam on the inside and press. To give the bow shape, fold the cut edge in half. Then, fold one side in half, folding up and then down. Fold the other side the same. While pinching the folds together, glue between the folds on the top and the bottom. Pinch and hold it until the glue cools. Repeat those steps for the other side of the bow. Glue the center of the bow and press the two sides together. Back to the white piece of felt. With the seam side up, glue along the narrow bottom edge and about an inch up the center. Place the glued edge at the bottom of the bow and press. Wrap the glued part up the back of the bow. Put glue on the front of the bow. Press down on the sides and wrap the center down over the front of the bow. Then glue under the bow and finish wrapping the center around the bow. Test fit the bow on the headband to see where you will trim off the end. Then trim off the excess white felt. Glue the open ends of the felt together. This will make it more secure. Press the layers of felt together with the wood craft stick. Choose the final placement for the bow. Add glue to the bottom of the bow. Place it in the center of the headband with the seam facing the back. Press the bow in place and hold it until the glue cools. Now you can shape and fluff the bow. Finally, add some lines of glue inside the headband to help hold it in place when you wear it. There they are, balloon ears to carry you off on your next adventure. Thanks for watching. I hope you picked up some tips for making your own balloon ears, or perhaps another style. If you use these tips to make a different set of ears, I would love to hear about them. Tell me what your favorite mouse ears are in the comments. I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to get the next Little Gray Squirrel video, where we have fun and make stuff. See you then!